welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz. Salma?
5.4 watts.
You're right.
Even function.
You're right. KNUST Senior High School. Congratulations on winning the contest. Welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz. Today we bring you the 20th 1A stage contest in the 2016 edition of the competition. The contest is featuring Kumasi High School, Osei Tutu Senior High School, and Kadjebi Asato Senior High School. Kumasi High School. Kumasi High School is represented by
Budukuma Emmanuel Jr., final year.
Kusi Kingsford, final year.
You are very welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, madam.
How are you?
We are fine, thank you. And you?
Good. You are seeded school.
Yes, madam.
What have your seniors told you about last year? What happened last year?
Okay, actually, they told us that last year it wasn't easy, but it took God's help, perseverance, and hard work to get to where they got.
I see. In fact, I think it was the quarter-final contest. I remember there was a gentleman called Sechere. He's here. Okay, good. Yes, it was amazing. I'm looking forward to things like that. Is that what I should expect?
Yes, more than that.
More than that.
Yes,
great. Best wishes.
Thank you, madam.
Osei Tutu Senior High School. You are very welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
You are represented by
Anochi Peter, final year.
Sakida Francis, final year.
How are you, gentlemen?
You are doing well.
Good. Tell me more. Were you here last year?
Yeah, we were here.
And
Last year, Welcome State took our seat from us, and we are here to restore it.
I see. Good. And so far this year, the prelims, how did that go?
In the prelims, we met with Methodist girls and Brekum SHS, and that day, God's victory was upon us, so we won.
Okay. So I hope God's victory will be upon you today too.
Very well.
Best wishes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Kadjebi Asato Senior High School. Kadjebi Asato Senior High School is represented by
Ufuru Isaac, final year.
Asafaje Richmond, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
We are fine by God's grace.
Good. You were here last year?
Yes.
And
We are the 1/8 and were ejected by
Wesley girls.
Wesley girls.
okay. And this year, prelims?
Prelims, we met Mauko girls and then Akim Shwedu. And God being so good, we won our contest.
Okay, so the girls are not disturbing you this time?
Yes.
Okay, good. What shall we expect today?
Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best. Okay, good. Best wishes to you.
Thank you.
Viewers, our contestants are ready. Before I sit down, I would like to remind you that the National Science and Math Quiz is proudly produced by Primetime Limited. We are sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We also have support from RMG Ghana Limited. My beautiful fabric comes from GTP. Thank you, GTP. My name is Dr. Elsie Efa Kaufman. I am a senior lecturer in the Department of Biomedical Engineering, University of Ghana. I'm your quiz mistress. Contestants, the contest comes to you in 5 rounds. The first round is a round for fundamental concepts. Simple, direct questions requiring simple, direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If it's incorrectly answered, it becomes available to the 2 other schools. If a school ranks and answers correctly, a bonus point. If the answer is incorrect, it fetches a penalty point. For questions that require calculations, you have 30 seconds in which you can present your answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 10 seconds to do so. All questions, without exception, to be attempted once only. Best wishes to all 3 schools. I'm going to start with Kumasi High School, but before I come to you, Kumasi High School, I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. A meal consists of 3 items. When I get to your school, I will give you one of those 3 items. Explain how that item is ultimately a product of photosynthesis. Please, did you get your preamble? No response means yes. Kumasi High School. Tilapia. Yes, Budu.
Madam, it's a product of photosynthesis. This is because during photosynthesis, plants in the sea or the marine waters undergo photosynthesis, and the tilapia in turn feeds on those plants. So, for its survival, so in turn, the tilapia gains energy, and it is a product of photosynthesis.
Yes. Kadjebi Asato, the second item in the meal. Potatoes. Yes, Ofori.
Potatoes is okay. This is because the potatoes, after the leaves of the potato plant has produced the glucose is transferred into the potato plant, which is stored in the potato, or which is stored in the stem of the potato as starch. So,
okay. Third item, Osei Tutu, mushroom. Yes, Akida.
Madam, mushrooms do not have the green pigments which can manufacture food, so it's not a product of photosynthesis.
That's incorrect. Yes, Kingsford.
Okay, madam, this is because some of the mushrooms are attached to the roots of the most plants, and others too are attached to the stems. So as these plants undergo photosynthesis to produce food, the mushrooms in turn absorb the food from them and also survive through
I'm
their
not accepting that, no. In this particular case, you could have given me 2 possible answers, and either one would have been fine. The first one, mushrooms feed on decaying organic matter, which comes from dead plants, which had made their food by photosynthesis. You see the link? All right. Or mushrooms feed on remains or feces of animals which fed on plants, or animals which ate plants which photosynthesized. Eventually, some photosynthesis took place somewhere. So those were the 3 items in the beautiful meal, and that is how they are all involved with photosynthesis. Next set, 30 seconds. Kumasi High. What is the mechanical advantage of a simple gear train with a 20-tooth gear driving a 40-tooth gear? Yes, Budu.
0.5.
That's incorrect. For bonus. Yes, Richmond.
1.7.
No. The right answer is 2. Your major question, Kadjebi Asato. Find the velocity ratio of a simple gear train comprising a 20-tooth gear driving a 40-tooth gear? Ofori?
Madam, 2.
That's incorrect. Yes, Budu?
0.5.
You're right. Osei Tutu, find the velocity ratio of a simple gear train comprising 3 gears, a 20-tooth gear driving a 40-tooth gear, which in turn drives an 80-tooth gear. Sakida?
0.1.
That's incorrect for bonus. Yes, Kingsford?
1.
No. The right answer is 0.25. Consider the following reversible chemical reaction, which is exothermic in the forward direction. Gaseous A plus gaseous B going reversibly to 3C gas. I hope you got your preamble. All right, Kumasi High. At equilibrium, how will an increase in temperature affect the equilibrium constant? Yes, Budu?
Madam, it will decrease the equilibrium constant.
Yes. With the same preamble, Kadjebi Asato. At equilibrium, how will an increase in pressure affect the equilibrium constant? Ofori?
There will be no effect on the equilibrium constant.
Yes. Osei Tutu, with the same preamble. At equilibrium, how will an increase in volume affect the equilibrium position? Yes, Akida?
Madam, backward direction of the reaction will be favored, so the reaction will move backwards.
Yes. Find the base number if the sum is correct. That's the preamble. All right, Kumasi High, your sum. 352 plus 135 is equal to 531. Yes, Budu?
Base 2.
That's incorrect. Yes, Akida?
Base 6.
You're right. Your sum. 323 plus 144 is equal to 1022. Ofori?
Base 5.
You're right. Osei Tutu. 435 plus 247 is equal to 704. Sakida?
Base 8.
You're right. Kumasi High. Which of these is the terminal portion of the alimentary canal of a mammal? Your options. A, appendix. B, stomach. C, rectum. D, colon. Yes, Budu?
Madam, the rectum.
You're right. Which of these tissues serves the function of support and water conduction in plants? Your options. A, parenchyma. B, phloem. C, sclerenchyma. And D, xylem. Yes, Ofori?
Madam, the xylem.
Yes. Which of the following best describes an organism which lives on the remains of dead plants? Your options. A, ectoparasite. B, saprophyte. C, commensal. D, symbiont. Yes, Akida?
Saprophyte.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds. Kumasi High. A 1.0 Newton force makes an angle of 30 degrees with the vertical. Find the horizontal component of the force. Yes, Kingsford?
0.866 Newton.
That's incorrect. Sakida?
0.5 Newton.
That's right. The horizontal component of a force is 2.0 newtons. Find the magnitude of the force if it makes an angle of 60 degrees with the horizontal. Yes, Ofori.
4√3 Newton.
That's incorrect. Yes, Budu.
4 newtons.
That's right. Osei Tutu. A horizontal 4.0 Newton force is in equilibrium with an oblique force of magnitude 8.0 newtons. Find the angle the oblique force makes with the horizontal. Sakida.
30 degrees.
That's incorrect. Budu.
60 degrees.
You're right. A balloon containing 3 moles of oxygen and 5 moles of helium has a pressure of 160 kilopascals. How many moles of nitrogen must be pumped into the balloon so as to increase the total pressure to 200 kilopascals? Budu.
Madam, you have 8 moles.
That's incorrect for Bono. The right answer is 2 moles. Kadjebi Asato. A sealed vessel contains 6 moles of oxygen, 8 moles of nitrogen, and 10 moles of helium. Calculate the mole fraction of the oxygen and give your answer to 2 places of decimal. Yes, Ofori.
0.25 moles.
Yes. Yes. A sealed flask that contains 6 moles of oxygen, 9 moles of nitrogen, and 10 moles of helium has a total pressure of 400 kilopascals. Calculate the partial pressure of the nitrogen. Yes, Akida.
144 kilopascal.
Yes. Last set of questions for the round, 30 seconds with a short preamble. Preamble to all schools. Express in exponential form. That's the preamble. Kumasi High. Cube root of x squared. Yes, Budu.
Madam, x exponent 2/3.
Yes. Kadjebi Asato. Square root of x. Ofori.
X.
That's incorrect. Yes, Budu.
Madam, x exponent 1/4.
Yes. 5th root of x cubed. Yes, Akida.
X to the power 3/5.
That's right. That's the end of the first round.
Welcome to the good life of agriculture with RMG Ghana Limited. Experience our quality crop protection products, seeds, fertilizers, irrigation equipment, and technical expertise to increase your yield. RMG Ghana Limited, agriculture on a sustainable basis.
At the end of the first round, Kadjebi Asato Senior High School has 14 points. Kumasi High School has 14 points. Osei Tutu Senior High School has 17 points. Let me encourage all schools to work even harder. Round 2. This is a round which is also known as a speed race. In this round, questions are thrown simultaneously to the 3 schools. To get an opportunity to answer the question, you need to ring your bell. May I hear your bell, Kumasi High School? Yours, Osei Tutu. And yours, Kadjebi Asato. All right, when you ring, the answer must be ready. If you answer the question correctly on the first attempt, 3 points. On the second attempt, 2 points. On the third attempt, 1 point. Best wishes once again. First question, 30 seconds maximum. Find the length of a simple pendulum whose angular frequency is 1 radian per second. Who? Budu.
10 meters.
Yes. State the conditions under which Newton's third law applies. Who rang first? Osei Tutu Sakida.
The condition for Newton's third law to hold is that the force must act in opposite directions.
I'm not accepting that. Okay, go ahead, Budu.
Okay. The forces must be of equal magnitude and they must be opposite in direction.
I am not accepting that. So I'm going to continue the question for you. Let's check Kadjebi Asato. The conditions under which Newton's third law applies to the collision between 2 bodies. Ofori.
The forces must be, the sum of their momentum before collision must be equal to the momentum after collision. And
no, I'm not accepting that. People, it always applies, always. That's the answer. It always applies. At what point in the path of a particle executing simple harmonic motion is the acceleration of the particle 0? Yes, Kingsford.
At the maximum displacement or at the amplitude?
No. Who went next? Yes, Sakida.
When the particle is at rest.
I'm not accepting that.
When a particle is moving with a constant speed.
I'm not accepting that. Simply at the equilibrium point. At the equilibrium point. How many edges has a tetrahedron? Yes, Sakida.
8.
That's incorrect. Kingsford.
30.
Hey. Ofori.
4.
No. It's 6. Evaluate tangent of 240 degrees. Kingsford.
Root 3/3.
That's incorrect. Anoche.
Root 3.
Yes. Next question. Find the next prime after 163. Kingsford.
167.
Yes. Name the tissue implants where the root hairs originate. Kingsford.
The pericycle.
No.
The
Yes.
peripherous layer.
Yes. What is the basic difference between white blood cells and red blood cells? Yes, Ofori.
The red blood cells have a concave shape and they lack nucleus, whereas the white blood cells have nucleus and they have...
No. Which of you? Sakida.
The white blood cells do not have any cytoplasm, but the red blood cells have the cytoplasm.
No. You could have waited. Anyway, go ahead, Kingsford.
The red blood cells are numerous and have smaller sizes, but the white blood cells are fewer and have larger sizes.
No. No. See, patience. Patience. What I was going to say, in terms of their function. In terms of their function. So then the answer will be, white cells ingest bacteria or make antibodies. The red cells carry oxygen. I don't want to know about structure. What is the function of lymph nodes? Yes, Kingsford.
Okay, there are points where the lymph converge and also contains antibodies for the defense for the body.
I'm not accepting that. Yes, Anoche.
They contain the lymph, which provides protective bodies such as the lymphocytes.
I'm not accepting that. Ofori.
They are sites for the production of lymphocytes.
No, I'm not accepting it. Lymph nodes contain white blood cells which ingest bacteria and prevent them from reaching the circulation. What color is produced on adding potassium thiocyanate, that is KSCN, solution to iron 2? Yes, Budu.
Madam, a deep red coloration.
Yes. Blood red. All right, next one. Give the oxidation state of chlorine in the molecule HClO4. Yes, Kingsford.
+7.
+7. Last question. What is the color of the precipitate produced when potassium hexacyanoferrate 3 is added to iron 2? Yes.
Madam,
Budu.
a brown coloration. A deep brown coloration.
No. Who was next? Yes, Ofori.
A Prussian blue coloration.
Pardon?
A Prussian blue coloration.
Okay. It's a dark blue, Prussian blue. All right, that's the end of the second round. At the end of the second round, Kadjebi Asato Senior High School has 16 points. Osei Tutu Senior High School has 21 points. Kumasi High School has 26 points. Round 3. This round has our problem of the day. The problem of the day is a single question to all 3 schools. From the time I ask you to begin, you will have 3 minutes to prepare an answer to the problem of the day. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Let's turn over a sheet and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. The van der Waals equation of state for n moles of gas at pressure P, volume V, and temperature T is given as the expression P plus n squared A over V squared multiplying the expression V over n minus B is equal to RT, or as the expression P plus n squared A over V squared multiplying the expression V minus NB is equal to nRT. A. State the physical phenomena that are accounted for by the parameters A and B. B. What does the symbol R represent? C. For ammonia, A is equal to 4.17 joule meter cubed per mole squared, and B is equal to 3.71 times 10 to the power negative 5 meter cubed per mole. 1. Determine the temperature at which 2 moles of ammonia gas exerts a pressure of 140 kilopascal in a vessel of volume 0.025 meter cubed. And 2, determine what the temperature would be if ammonia were an ideal gas under these conditions. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. Please stop writing and present your answers. Contestants, please pick up your answers and present them on the board. The contestants have presented their answers. Before we award the marks, let's look at the suggested solution from our consultants. This is a problem in physics that could have been chemistry as well. Anyway, so we have been given the Van der Waals equation of state for n moles of a gas at pressure P and volume V and also temperature T. So we've been given that in two different forms. Now, we can observe from those two equations that there are some corrections that have been included. So, for example, there's a parameter A and there's another one B. The first part of the question is to state the physical phenomena that are accounted for by the parameters A and B. The parameter A accounts for interactions between the molecules of the gas. So if you have an ideal gas, this is 0, so there's no need for correction. But for this real Van der Waals gas, you have some interaction that is accounted for by A. 2 points for saying this. Now, the parameter B accounts for the non-zero volume of the molecules of the gas. That's another thing that is assumed for ideal gases, that they occupy negligible volume. But in this particular case, the volume is not negligible, and the parameter B accounts for that. 2 more points for saying this. The second part is, what does the symbol R in the equations represent? R is the universal gas constant. R is 8.314 joule per mole Kelvin. For saying this, 2 points. The next part is to substitute the given values in the equation to obtain first the temperature at which 2 moles of ammonia gas exerts a pressure of 140 kilopascals in a vessel of volume 0.025 meter cubed. So first, substitute into this equation to obtain a value of temperature, and then do the same thing for an ideal gas. That means forget about all those corrections and do it for an ideal gas as well. All right, so for the first part, you need to manipulate, or you need to massage the equation given to make T, the temperature, the subject of that equation. So T is equal to the expression P plus N squared A divided by V squared multiplied by the expression V over N minus B all over R. If you substitute the values that have been given in this problem, you will get 140,000 Pascal plus 2 mole squared times 4.17 joule meter cubed divided by 0.025 meter cubed squared multiplied by 0.25 meter cubed divided by 2 mole minus 3.71 times 10 to the negative 5 meter cubed per mole. And then divide all of this by the R, which is 8.314 joule per mole Kelvin. And you will arrive, after doing all that calculation, you will arrive at 250 Kelvin. Now, for an ideal gas, the matter is very simple. Multiply the P by V, divide by NR to get your temperature. And if you do that calculation, you arrive at 210 Kelvin. Each of those answers is worth 2 points, giving a total of 10 points. Now, contestants. Kumasi High. A accounts for pressure. What about the pressure? B accounts for volume. What about the volume? Right? You don't quite say what about it. The pressure is because of intermolecular interactions, right? And then the volume is because of the non-negligible volume of the gas. Anyway, for mentioning them, I'm giving you 1 out of the 4 possible marks there. And then you have what R represents the molar gas constant. I'll give that to you. That makes it 2. And then you didn't complete the calculation at all. So that gives you a total of 3 out of 10. Osei Tutu, for you, A represents the intermolecular forces. Okay, it's a factor that accounts for the intermolecular forces. I'll give that to you. And then B represents the volume relative to the volume. No, it's the non-negligible volume, right? That doesn't quite capture it. So I'm giving you 2 out of 4 for that part. Okay, I'll add 1. I'll add 1 for mentioning volume, since I'm feeling generous. And then the rest, they couldn't even tell us what R was. And the rest, no use. So that leaves you with 3 out of 10 also. Kadjebi Asato. Yes, A accounts for intermolecular forces, and B is for the appreciable volume. I'm going to accept those. That gives you 4 for that part. And then, yes, you know what R is, the molar gas constant. You even give the value. So I'll add 2 to that, and then that's about as far as you went. That gives you 6 out of 10. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. Round 4. In this round, I'm going to present each school with statements. When you receive your statement, please consider the statement very carefully and let me know whether it's true or false. If you are right, 2 points. If you are incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement becomes available to the 2 other schools. Once a school rings and answers correctly, 2 full points. If the answer is incorrect, it fetches the penalty point. Best wishes to all 3 schools. This time, I'm starting with Kadjebi Asato, your statement. Acid hydrolysis of fats and vegetable oils produces alkanoic acids and an alkane triol. Yes, Ofori?
It's false.
Oh, that's a true statement. Starch and cellulose on hydrolysis will give different products in solution. Yes, Akida?
False.
You're right. Kumasi High School, some vegetable oils can be used directly as fuel for vehicles. Yes, Kingsford?
It's true.
No. The vegetable oils have to be converted into methyl esters of the alkanoic acid residues of the oil. You have to convert first. All right. Kadjebi Asato. Accommodation of the human eye is best described as the changing of lens shape due to varying light intensities. Ofori?
It's false.
Yes. Osei Tutu. Accommodation of the human eye is best described as the ability to see distant objects. Sakida.
True.
Oh no. Kumasi High. Accommodation of the human eye is best described as the focusing of near and distant objects. Kingsford.
It is true.
Yes. In a right-angled triangle, the hypotenuse is the longest side. Ofori.
It's true.
Yes. In an isosceles right-angled triangle, if the length of the legs is x, the length of the hypotenuse is x root 3. Sakida.
False.
You're right. The midpoint of the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle is equidistant from all 3 vertices of the triangle. Kingsford.
It is true.
Yes. 2 objects in thermal equilibrium have the same temperature as well as the same pressure. Ofori.
It's false.
Yes. When 2 objects are separately in thermal equilibrium with a third object, the 2 objects are in thermal equilibrium. Sakida.
It's true.
Yes. When 2 objects at different temperatures are placed in thermal contact, energy is spontaneously transferred from the object with the higher temperature to the one with the lower temperature. Kingsford.
It is true.
Yes. Electronegativities of the elements in the second period of the periodic table increase from left to right. Ofori.
It's true.
Yes. In group 5 or 15 of the periodic table, there is only one metallic element. Sakida.
False.
Oh. Kumasi High. Atomic radius decreases from left to right consistently in a period of the main group elements of the periodic table. Yes, Kingsford.
It is true.
No. For example, it decreases from lithium to fluorine and then increases with neon. And this is repeated in the other periods as well. Kadjebi. Symbiotic association may involve 2 plants. Ofori.
It's true.
Yes. Symbiotic association is always between 2 similar species. Yes, Akida?
False.
You're right. In symbiosis, the symbionts must be living. Yes, Kingsford?
It is false.
Oh, that's a true statement. The difference between a number and its additive inverse is 0. Ofori.
It's false.
You're right. The sum of a negative number and a positive number is a negative number. Sakida?
It's false.
You're right. The product of a positive number and a negative number is never 0. Yes, Kingsford?
It's true.
You're right. Last set of statements. An object whose acceleration is proportional to but opposite its displacement moves at constant velocity. Ofori.
It's false.
You're right. An object whose acceleration is proportional to but opposite its displacement moves at constant speed? Sakida?
False.
You're right. Last statement, Kumasi High. The velocity of a moving object cannot be zero if its acceleration is proportional to but opposite its displacement. Yes, Kingsford?
It's false.
You're right. And that's the end of the fourth round. At the end of the fourth round, Osei Tutu Senior High School has 34 points. Kadjebi Asato Senior High School has 35 points. Kumasi High School has 36 points. The contest will be decided in this fifth and final round. Round 5. In this round, I'm going to be reading out clues. Your objective is to solve the riddle. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third or any clue thereafter, 3 points. In order to solve a riddle, you need to draw my attention. You do so by ringing your bell. May I hear your bell, Kumasi High School? Thank you. Yours, Osei Tutu. Thank you. And yours, Kadjebi. Thank you. When you ring, the answer must be ready. There are 4 riddles in all. First one. I am used to refer to the relocation of forces for the purpose of increasing survivability. I may also be used to refer to the splitting up of a group of people, causing them to live in different directions. In biology, I am used to refer to the movement of individuals from their birth site to their breeding site, or the movement from one breeding site to another. I am simply the movement or transport. Yes, Ofori.
Emigration.
No. I am simply the movement or transport of seeds away from. Yes, Akida.
Dispersal.
You're right. I was reading the fifth and final clue, 3 points. Next one. I am a number between 1 and 10. Expressed as a binary number, my last digit is 0. I am an exact square. Kingsford.
4.
Yes. I read the third clue, 3 points. Next one. I am an inorganic salt sparingly soluble in water. I have 4 different elements, 1 metal and 3 non-metals in my formula. In my normal form, there is always a molecule of water hiding between 2 of my remaining units. When I am mixed with water, I set to give a very hard material. Paris is my favorite holiday. Yes, Ofori.
Calcium sulfate or plaster of Paris.
No, I am not going to accept that. Who next? Osei Tutu.
Plaster of Paris.
Yes. The reason why I didn't accept yours is if you had kept quiet at Plaster of Paris, because if you are going to give me the formula, you can't say calcium sulfate alone. You have to say calcium sulfate dot half H2O. You have to be particular. That's the reason why. So I was reading the fifth and final clue, 3 points. Final riddle. I am a property of a material object. I have the same value for a particle and its antiparticle. I am a measure of the quantity of matter in an object.
Volume.
Yes, Akida.
Volume.
No. Yes, Budu.
Mass.
Yes. I read the third clue, 3 points. And that's the end of the 5th round. At the end of the contest, here are the final scores. Kadjebi Asato Senior High School has 35 points. Osei Tutu Senior High School has 40 points. Kumasi High School has 42 points. Kadjebi Asato Senior High School, thank you for being here. Best wishes to you. Osei Tutu Senior High School. Osei Tutu Senior High School, thank you for being here. You gave us a really good contest. You did very well. Unfortunately, not today, but are you okay, Anoche? All right. Best wishes to you. Kumasi High School. Congratulations on winning the contest. Well done, prepare well, and I look forward to seeing you in the quarterfinals. Best wishes. Viewers, thank you for joining us for another good contest. Next time, we'll bring you Ola Girls Senior High School Ho, Koforidua Secondary Technical School, and Methodist Girls Senior High School. Before we leave, I would like to remind you that the National Science and Math Quiz is proudly produced by Primetime Limited. We are sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We are also supported by RMG Ghana Limited. Thank you for joining us and see you next time. Bye.